Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And in this video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Many of you do not know I am a huge K-pop fan. Yes, I love me some K-pop. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys some of my favorite K-pop groups and my bias in each group. So stay tuned. I'm gonna be turning, keep holding me down. Now, it is super hard to pick just one person from each group because I love all these groups. I love all the members in all the groups. So it is super hard to pick just one. But, you know, some days you're feeling this person, some days you're feeling that person. I mean, it's inevitable. You're always going to gravitate towards one person more than the others. But that does not mean the other members are less talented or I do not love them as much. I love them all. It's just right now in this very moment as of today, these are my biases in these groups. So let's go. First group I am going to mention today is BTS. You guys have heard of them. They're pretty popular. They've been all over the world. They've been on the Grammy stage. Don't play with them because they are not the one or the two. But my bias in BTS is J-Hope. J-Hope. When I tell you that man just does something to me, and with his recent album, I'm loving rocker J-Hope. It's giving me very much rock vibes, you know, rock and roll. My Mom in Love with the Rock Star, you know, it's giving very much that, and I absolutely stand him from that. I love J-Hope. He is amazing. And to me personally, he has the best voice in BTS. Shocker, I know. I don't care whether they're singing or rapping. There's just something about J-Hope's voice. And when he does that raspiness, oh, do not get me started. I freaking love J-Hope's voice. 10 out of 10, my bias in BTS. I love him with all my heart. J-Hope, call me, babe. Call me. Okay, the next group is going to be GOT7. Now, GOT7 technically isn't a group anymore because they did disband, but they did have a comeback as a group. So I'm still gonna count them, and they were still one of my favorite groups when they were a group, I guess you could say. And my bias in GOT7 has not changed. From the day I fell in love with them until now, my bias has always been Bam Bam. There is something about that boy. Bam to the bam. I love Bam Bam. Once again, the voices. Now, Bam Bam isn't my favorite voice in GOT7, but I do love the uniqueness of his voice. His voice is just butter. Smooth like butter. All right, we had enough of BTS. We already talked about them. But yes, Bam Bam of GOT7 is my bias. I love him so much. I think he is so gorgeous. Like, that boy is just so gorgeous. We stand the frack out of Bam Bam. Please. 10 out of 10 once again. Now, the third group I'm going to talk about is my favorite K-pop group of all time. When you talk about K-pop group biases, this is my group bias. I love this group. They can never do any wrong. They are my babies. And that is SHINee, Nuna Nomu, yeah, but cha cha me cha what replay. Okay, but for real, SHINee is my favorite group of all time. And my bias now, because SHINee is my favorite group, so I pay more attention to them than any other group, my bias is constantly changing because I'm like, oh, I like him in this song. Oh, I like him in this, you know, it's always changing. But as of today, it is between Jonghyun and Taemin. Those two really be doing it for me. When I first got into SHINee, my bias was Minho. I was like, that tall one right there, that's gonna be my man. I was in love with Minho. Minho was my bias when I first got into SHINee. But the more I dove into the group, the more I'm like, all of y'all are amazing. All 5 of y'all are freaking amazing. I love all of you. I cannot choose. Then I started to really fall in love with Taemin. Taemin was never my favorite in the group. Like I said, I loved all of them, but I didn't pay as much attention to Taemin as other people might have because, you know, Taemin's like the breakout star of SHINee. So I never paid that much attention to him, like talking about. But recently, I've been like, I'm kind of feeling Tay-Tay. So Taemin, he's sneaking up under there. But when it comes to vocalists, I roll the clip. Like, Jonghyun is really that dude. Please, don't. He is not the one or the two. Don't play with him. Don't play with him. Jonghyun is that guy. He really is. His voice, like when I first got into SHINee, when I first got into K-pop, period, I was like, okay, like the singers, like the groups that I liked at the time, I'm like, oh, they can sing. But when I got into SHINee, I was like, oh, they can sing with an A, S-A-N-G. They can sing. Him and Anu, please. Them two together, best vocalist duo in K-pop history. Convince me otherwise. I'll wait. Name a better duo. I'll wait. Yeah, Jonghyun, best vocalist ever. I can put 1,000 clips of him in this video singing, but then the video will be like an hour long because it'll just be me gushing over Jonghyun and how great his voice is. I freaking love SHINee and Jonghyun, and everybody in that group is amazing. I have this tattoo on my arm called it says "You did well." I don't know how well y'all can see that. With the rose, it's in tribute to Jonghyun, so you already know. My love for SHINee runs deep in my veins. I love SHINee. Best group. The next group I'm going to be talking about is TWICE. Now my girls TWICE, the nation's girl group, don't play with them. My bias in TWICE would either be Sana or Momo. When I first got into TWICE, my bias was Sana. I thought she was just the most gorgeous person on the planet. I was like, oh my gosh, she is so pretty. I love her. But now, I like Momo's sassiness because, you know, I'm a sassy girl myself. So Momo's sassiness, it be doing it for me. And Momo is just, I don't know, her like demeanor is just so like confident. Like she knows she's that girl. And I love that about her. I love that about, like Momo, I'm not saying she doesn't have her insecurities or she doesn't have her like worries. Everybody does, she's human. But like the way she portrays herself is like she knows she's that girl. And I respect that. I wish some of that confidence would rub off on me at times. So my bias in TWICE, Momo or Sana. Leaning more towards Momo, but those two, it goes between those two. Next group is 17. 17 is another one. I think because there's so many members, so one day I'm like, oh, I like the way he looks. The other day I'm like, oh, I like the way he sounds. I like the way he dances. So it's like, so many members, it's harder to pick just one person. But 17 just came out with a new song. Forgive me, I forget the name of the song because I just watched it like an hour ago. But they just came out with a new song. Dino. Dino. He looks so good. Like, I'm gonna insert a picture of Dino. He looks so freaking good. Do not play with Dino. Don't play with him. Dino looks so good. When I first got into it, 17, my bias was DK. DK was my bias. But I think as of right now, it's Dino. Dino looks so darn good in that video, y'all. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even have the words to express how good that man looked. I can't even fathom. I can't even be in that man's presence. He just gives an aura like, I would be too ashamed to be in the same room as him. I don't deserve that. Dino looks damn good. Dino. The next group is TXT. TXT, my bias is, actually, my bias has not changed since I got into TXT. When I first got into TXT, my bias was Yeonjun, and it is still Yeonjun. It went between him and Bongyu, but now I'm back on Yeonjun. Yeonjun really is, like, he is 4th generation it boy. I don't make the rules, babe. I don't make the rules. But Yeonjun is 4th generation it boy. Yeah, he do what needs to be done. He can sing, he can dance, he can rap, he's gorgeous. Yeah, 4th generation it boy. Yeonjun. Call me. The next group is Red Velvet. Now, my favorite girl group is between Red Velvet and Miss A. Miss A is a 2nd generation girl group. They're a little older. But it's between them and Red Velvet. They are tied neck and neck to be my favorite girl group. But in Red Velvet, my bias is Sugi. So it was between her or Irene, but Sugi. When I tell you that lady's voice is angelic. That's the only word I can say to describe it because that's how good her voice is. Her voice is so angelic, you guys. Sugi can sing. Them high notes. I know y'all be hearing my girl falsetto. Don't play with her because she's what? Not the one or the two. Her falsetto is just something out of this world. We stand Seulgi in this house. Point blank, period. The next group is EXO. And my bias, Chanyeol. Yeah, you thought I was going to say Baekhyun or Kai or even Chin or even Dio. All great members, love them all. Kisses, but no, Chanyeol. I think Chanyeol is an underrated king when it comes to K-pop groups. Because when I hear people talk about EXO, I rarely hear people talk about Chanyeol. And I mean, I get it, we all have our biases, you know, I get it. But Chanyeol, like, I want more Chanyeol appreciation. That boy, I love him. I don't even have his personality, his persona. I just love Chanyeol. I don't even know how to describe. You ever just have a certain feeling towards someone, but you can't describe it? That's me with Chanyeol. I don't even know why I love him so much, but I do. He is my bias. I love Chanyeol. If I had to pick a second, it would definitely be Baekhyun. But Chanyeol is number one. Whether you like him or don't like him, there's nothing you can do about him because he's number one. Chanyeol. Okay, the last group I'm going to talk about is NCT. And I will break it up into subunits and talk about my bias in each subunit. I'm going to exclude NCT U as a subunit because it's basically the same, whatever. But we're going to start with my favorite subunit, Wavy. My bias in Wavy is 10. Come on now, babe, you saw that coming. It's between 10 and Xiaojun, but 10 really do be taking that number one spot. We call him 10 because he's perfect. He's a 10 out of 10. I've been saying that forever. He is a 10 out of 10. That boy is perfect. He is perfect. He is perfect. I love 10. I love 10. I have an overwhelming amount of love for 10. That is my man in my head. I am Delulu for 10. That is my man. And I will fight you for him. I am very delusional for 10. I'm not afraid to admit it. I love 10. I love him. I want him. He is mine. Okay, let's calm down because that was a bit much, but I wanted to express to you guys how much I love 10. Like, I wanted to get across through the phone, through the screen, through the video, how much I love 10. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's jump into the next subunit. My second favorite subunit, NCT Dream. My bias in Dream is Renjun, however you want to pronounce it. I'm not too sure, but him, he is my bias. I think when it comes to vocals, he don't get enough appreciation. Now, with that being said, I do know, like, if you look up, oh, NCT Vocal Kings, Renjun is going to be in there. Yes. But usually people's first pick at vocals is like a Tail or a Haechan, which rightfully so, because them boys can sing. They can blow. Absolutely. But I feel like Renjun is up there with them. I feel like we should give my man his flowers a little more when it comes to vocals. And he's cute, he's funny. I love Renjun. Top 10. Top 10. Last subunit, NCT 127. Keeping up with vocals, Haechan is my bias. I don't care how annoying you think he is. I think he is hilarious. I love his sense of humor. I love his cattiness. I love him bothering the members. I love his personality. And it does not hurt that boy can sing. Okay? Haechan can sing so freaking good. Like, his voice is so unique. Like, I don't even know, like, the nasally, I don't even know how to describe it, but Haechan's singing voice is like nothing I have ever heard before. I love Haechan's voice. I think he has the best voice in NCT, to be honest. I think he is the best vocalist in NCT. Let's fight in the comments. Because Haechan, like I said, the rest of the guys, like all the vocalists, great, amazing singer. They're all up there when it comes to vocals in K-pop, period. But Haechan, something about, like I said, the uniqueness of his voice is just something about it. That boy can blow. Like, I'll watch compilations of NCT singing and like I'm blown away by all their amazing vocals, but I literally fall out of my chair every time I hear Haechan sing. I absolutely adore that man's voice. I can never get enough of it. I can never get enough of it. I am always down to hear Haechan sing. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of me talking about some of my favorite K-pop groups and my biases in those groups. Let me know down below in the comments how you feel and who are your biases and your favorite K-pop groups. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!